What's going on, everybody? This is Loto-Drandel here. Today we are taking a look at one of the newest Prime Access weapons, the Silva Aegis Prime. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the weapon, this is pretty much how it looks. Looks more now like a scepter than it did previously as a sword, though the shield still retains the roughly about the same look, just primed out. Now, why don't we go ahead, go over the base stats here. And we're going to be first starting. The attack speed is a 0.75 with a channeling cost still of 5. Channel damage of 1.5 times normal. Critical chance of 15% with a crit multiplier of 2. Has a 240 leap attack, 257 spin, 480 wall, and a 25% chance of status. And for our damage, there's just 120 heat. Now, if we go to compare to the Silva and Aegis, the attack speed is slower versus the original, with the original clocking at a 1 attack per second, or 1 attack speed. Then but it does excel with higher stats. The heat damage is over 3 times the normal of the Silva and Aegis. The wall attack is over 3 times almost 3.5 times as high. It has a 25% increase versus the original. And as you can all see, an all-around over tripled the damage with a 25% reduction to the attack speed itself. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over the basic movements here. So we're going to start off with some combos. As you see, for this, we're using the 11th Storm. So just to show you how some of these moves. Alright, so and then just to go along. Whoop! Okay, we start there now. So what you just saw was Devouring Beast, followed by the Striking Thunder. So let's try the Diamond Deuce. This one's gonna be a little trickier. Oh, there we go. Pretty much with that, you have to, on the third swing, you have to press not L, but R1 with R2. So let's try it again. There we go. Oh, hey! Not bad. Fling your shield around like it's a... You get to fling the shield like it's one of those glaives. Very nice. Now, Ride and Bleed is R1, then hold the R1 on the second swing. R1, R1. Let's try that again. There we go. And then let's go hold momentarily, then release. Hallowed Name. Okay, so guess it's just that right there. During knee slide, we are Destructive Symphony. That's pretty much your spin attack. It's it's a basic spin attack I would expect from a sword and shield. And Fist of Iron in the air during wall dash, and Last Stand. Last Stand being your finisher. So, now when it comes to the elemental builds here, it's going to be varied, as I would say, depending on the faction you face. Whoop. Let me make my way back up here. So, now this could be based on my playstyle. This first build is going to be for those of you who possess the Prime mods, Prime Pressure Point, and Primed Fury. Now, this is more of a status weapon. I leaned more on the status side. We have Voltaic Strike, Virulent Scourge, with the Volcanic Edge, which takes us from a 25 to a 70% chance of status. And I also put in a Fever Strike to add to the Corrosion. Now, this build is meant for when you're fighting off Infested and even against the Corrupted. So why don't we do a quick run through of us fighting an infested. So what we'll do is we'll take one disruptor just to see what happens here. Alright, now I just gotta go find him. There he is. Whoop! Okay, so it takes about... I want to say... Took about maybe 5-10 seconds just to kill it off. Now, you might have noticed I was getting health back, and the reason being is the healing return. I recommend you guys try to get this as well. You can get this as a rare drop off of the infested crawlers. When you hit a target that's affected by a status, you will be having health restored to you over a period of time, and it's for each swipe. So, and just so you know, when this is maxed out, it'll be healed for plus 11, and for every status that is on an enemy. So if you had slash, puncture, and let's say fire and corrosive, so 4 statuses on one enemy. When each hit you give to that enemy will restore 44 points total. So with the build that this is at currently, I will get, if I hit it with those 4 statuses, I would be healed 28 points every time. I consider this a superior version of Life Strike. Though some people would say Life Strike could be better. Now, for those of you who do not have the primed mods, this would be a good substitute. You would sacrifice a little attack speed and your melee damage as an entirety, but at the same time, you do get better damage. And as you can see, I do have some points to spare, so if you wanted, for those of you with the primed mods, you could swap out your pressure point or your fury with their primed variants, and making this much stronger by making a sacrifice to your melee range, as you see. Now, again, this is a playstyle preference. Now, if you don't use reach and you don't mind having 2 different, dare I say, having 2 D polarities, the Vazarin, if it's called correctly, you could take this and swap it out for Northwind to give you the blast proc. Now, personally, I find fire to be superior against infested and against the corrupted. But again, it's my opinion only. You guys can do whatever you want. So, we've seen what it can do to an ancient, an infested. So why don't we go and take on an Orokin? Let's take on a corrupted Lancer. And then after that, we will go against a corrupted Heavy Gunner. So let's swoop into the action here. Whoop! About 5 to 10 seconds. I would say about 5 to 6 for the time to kill. And now, let's go against the Heavy Gunner. There he is. And remove this one. And keep in mind, all these enemies are level 80, so... This one takes much longer. Alright, that took about 10 seconds to do. So, overall, again, and this is actually with a stronger build, so as you can see, the higher this weapon would probably be is a good low to mid. As you climb further up, you may have to make some sacrifices here and there. So, again, This is the test. Was a test for the Silva and Aegis Prime. You guys can tell me what you guys think of this weapon. Personally, I think it's all right. It does bite that it only has heat, so it won't do the full good amount of damage as you would expect from weapons such as the Fragor, Sindo, Nikana, you know, the primed weapons with actual slash impact and puncture stats. So that's gonna do it for this weapon. Me personally, I do like how it looks. The changing from a flame sword to a scepter, I think, is a nice touch. I hope you guys found this to be a decent demonstration. I do apologize for seeming a little clunky here and there. If you guys, tell me what you guys think of this build. If you think this is a good weapon or a bad weapon. If you enjoyed this video and demonstration with some builds, feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe as well. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace out.